This is more than just a financial increase. It's a renewed commitment to justice. By increasing our reward amount and expanding eligibility to all active and cold case homicides, we are sending a clear message. Every murderer will be held accountable, and that justice has no expiration date. With that being said, First Coast Crime Stoppers is also proud to announce the very first homicide case solved under our new $5,000 reward program. On September 10th, 2025, just after 5 p.m., JSO officers were dispatched to 1214 LaBelle Street in reference to a shot spotter call that turned into an individual being shot. Officers located the victim on the ground, suffering from several gunshot wounds. Jacksonville Fire Rescue responded and transported the victim to an area hospital where he later succumbed to his wounds. On September 11th, Crime Stoppers received a tip that named Keon Bird as the shooter from the incident the previous day. JSO's homicide unit followed up the tip information and on September 12th, arrested 14-year-old Keon Bird for the shooting death of 18-year-old Marlon Lane. We are equally proud to share that this tipster has since collected their $5,000 reward, proving that Crime Stoppers works, that you can make a difference, protect your identity, and still be rewarded for helping to solve crimes. This case marks the 137th homicide case solved by a Crime Stoppers tip. At First Coast Crime Stoppers, we believe in the power of community. We believe that someone always knows something. And when that person steps forward safely and anonymously, lives can change, families can heal, justice can prevail. This initiative strengthens our long-standing partnership with law enforcement. Each tip we receive has the potential to move a case forward, provide new leads, and bring closure to victims' families. By working hand in hand with our law enforcement partners, we can continue to build safer communities and ensure that justice is not determined by time, but by truth. None of what we do is possible without the incredible work of our law enforcement agencies and prosecutors who fight tirelessly every day to bring closure to grieving families. Behind me in support of our cause and mission is our board chairman, Tom Lumpkin, and I'm also honored to be joined today by an individual and partner who embodies that commitment. I would like to introduce Major Case Commander J.D. Stronko from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, whose leadership continues to strengthen the relationship between law enforcement and Crime Stoppers in solving crimes and violent crimes across our city. Commander.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm J.D. Stronko, Commander in the Major Case Section for the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. On behalf of Sheriff T.K. Waters and JSO's dedicated investigators, I commend First Coast Crime Stoppers' commitment to increasing its rewards for all open homicide investigations as well as those cold case investigations. Both Sheriff Waters and I spent large portions of our career in JSO's homicide unit, and due to this, we know firsthand successful conclusions to these investigations rely on information from the community. First Coast Crime Stoppers has long been a critical partner in facilitating communication between public and law enforcement. Families of homicide victims deserve answers, and First Coast Crime Stoppers has been our community's gold standard in nurturing the police and public partnership. Today, First Coast Crime Stoppers evidences its commitment to reducing crime and enhancing public safety. JSO homicide detectives will continue to thoroughly and comprehensively investigate these important cases. And now, because of our great partner, First Coast Crime Stoppers, community members will be further incentivized to come forward and provide this critical information. Thank you.
Thank you, Commander. As we close today, I want to speak directly to our community. When you contact First Coast Crime Stoppers, your identity is never known. Not to law enforcement, not to Crime Stoppers, not to anyone. That's not a promise. That's a fact, guaranteed by Florida statute. We understand the fear. We know what holds people back. Fear of retaliation, fear of being exposed, fear of getting involved. That is why anonymity isn't just a part of our program, it's the foundation of everything that we do. When you submit a tip through First Coast Crime Stoppers, your name is never asked. Your phone number is never recorded. Your location is never traced. Your call is routed through a secure encrypted system that strips away any identifying information before it ever reaches us or law enforcement. If you use our P3 Tips app or website, the same protection applies. Your identity is digitally masked from start to finish. You receive a confidential tip number, not a name, not an account, just a number. That number is how you check your tip status and claim your reward if it leads to an arrest. We don't want to know who you are. We only want to know what you know. Maybe it's a name. Maybe it's a face you recognize. Maybe it's something you heard but didn't think it mattered. That small piece of information could be the key to justice, and you can share it safely, easily, and completely anonymously through First Coast Crime Stoppers. And that's why people trust Crime Stoppers when they might not feel safe going directly to the police, because we provide something that's rare in today's world, a completely anonymous, judgment-free way to do the right thing. Your information could solve a murder. It could stop another act of violence before it happens. It could bring peace to a family who has been waiting years for answers, but you can do it without ever revealing your identity. So when you pick up the phone, go online, or open the P3 Tips app, remember this: you're not just helping to solve a crime, you're protecting your community. You're giving hope to families who've lost so much, and you're doing it completely anonymously. Your voice matters, your information matters, and with First Coast Crime Stoppers, your identity will always be protected. If you have information that you'd wish to submit to Crime Stoppers, you can call our 24-hour, 365 days a week toll-free hotline at 1-866-845-TIPS, or pull out your mobile phone and dial **TIPS to be redirected to our Crime Center call center with trained professionals. You can also submit a tip online at fccrimestoppers.com or through our P3 Tips mobile app, available on all smart devices. You don't have to be a witness. You don't have to testify. You don't even have to take and give your name. You just have to take that first step. Your tip is anonymous, your impact is powerful, and together we can make our community safer. Thank you for tuning in today for this great and powerful reward increase for our community. I also encourage all those viewing online to tune in on Monday for our Cold Case Spotlight. We'll be highlighting the 2012 murder of Julius Parrish, who was killed in Jacksonville, Florida. Once again, thank you today, and we look forward to talking with